Bag of rice, which is good. It's got a lot of food in it. Check shirt. Meh, nothing good. Since I have procured a muzzin, it's not a bad idea to look for a long-range scope, at least. I mean, it's very rare, very hard to find, but you shouldn't bypass places that might spawn them. Let's see. How much food do we have? Yeah, we got a few cans. It's looking good. Now I'm gonna bring you to a pretty crucial point in the way I recommend you playing DayZ when it comes to strategy. Oh, an axe. Perfect. It's not in the best condition, but hey. I'm gonna show you guys now how to... Yeah, this is something that I didn't do before that I want to show you. This is good. You can repair backpacks, and you can repair vests with it. So this is something you should always bring with you. Now, this is a very good thing that you can do once. When you find a hole like this, take it in your hands. Do not replace your ordinary melee weapon. Try and find a semi-safe location where you're not too easy spotted by players. And if you look at the ground like this, you can dig up worms. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it. I dig up nothing. Okay, keep going. You can actually fish and get food in ponds and stuff. And I'm going to show you a way to do it by using the water bottle. This one. Dig up worms. You only need to find a few of them to keep with you. And you only take one slot. 4 worms. Nice. I'm gonna do it one more time. No players yet. Nothing. Come on, give me a little bit more. Alright. 4 worms will do for now. Put away the hoe. Grab your weapon. Nothing. I'm gonna try and get into a safe place so I can open up my map and set up my strategy for my next move. At least I want it to be semi-safe. And when you're moving like this, always when you're moving, try to keep a low profile, as low as possible. You don't have to go crazy and crawl whatever you're going, but try and at least conceal yourself as much as possible. Once you find a place like this, semi-secluded from civilization, and there's one more thing I always recommend you doing. Some zombies can aggro from really far away, and they take a good time before they get there. So try and look in behind you to see if you got any zombies after you, if you got any players after you. Because if you tab out and look at the map, if you got a zombie after you, they might yeah, turn you into dinner while you're away on your looking at the map. Alright, no zombies. Now let's see where we're gonna go. There's a different way of playing DayZ. I'm only gonna give you my recommendations of what I think is the best way of doing things. We got a compass, which is good, which means that we can actually run wherever we want to go and keep a good direction. This place is a hot zone, so a lot of people is going to be gearing up and spawning and finding, you know, a few weapons just like we did. And as I mentioned earlier, well-geared players can show up in this area. So this is a dangerous area, basically. So is Solnichi, Kamishovo, Electro, Cherno. So these places, I only recommend that you go through them if you spawn there. But these areas in the middle of the map, they are small cities, they don't have anything peculiar that's gonna attract a lot of players unless they are adjacent to hotspots. And the biggest hotspots is the airfield. It's the military tents over here, Green Mountain, Zelenogorsk, and the military base. This is like the hottest zone, as you can see also on the down choppers. But these areas, however, if you look at Polana, Gorka, Shakovska, Guglovo, they're all hidden away towns that are fairly simple to scout out, fairly simple to loot, and you can also find water sources. Now, you're not going to stay in these areas forever and live off the land because it's, yeah, basically it's boring. But it's a good place to start out before you head to the hotter zones that we're eventually going to move to. Here we go. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. The saw I don't need anymore because I used it on the shotgun. I'm going to keep it anyway because you can actually saw off the Mosin as well, which is a better sidearm than the shotgun. But that's only if I find a better weapon than the Mosin and if I don't find a scope for it. Okay, let's time for a trick. This is something that you should always do if you're not lucky enough to find something to mend broken limbs with. You move out like this and you look for a bush. Here we got a few bushes. With your axe in hand. And you get chopped kindling, which is exactly what we're gonna do. There we go, got 3 of them. You open up your medical bag and you use the rags on the wraps. Craft a splint, yes. There we go. This is a very, very good item that you should have on your quick bar at all times. What happens is if you break a limb, you can repair it with it, which is crucial. It's very, very good. I'm gonna keep a few sticks with me because I want to show you one more thing when it comes to survival and crafting. Remember the rope I picked up? This is gonna come in handy. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a backpack. You're going to be having the high ground, you're going to be seeing the other player before they see you, so you have control over the situation. Now killing them is actually the easiest way to get out of the situation. But if you actually talk to them, if you try and help them, and you put yourself in their hands, it creates a lot more interesting gameplay. And who knows, you might actually get to know somebody well enough, get a friend that you're going to be playing with continuously. But in this guide I'm going to be playing a little bit more aggressive. Maybe I'm not going to shoot players per se, but I'm going to at least aim at them, and it's going to become clear to all of us that we could have shot them if we wanted to. And I might actually be doing... wait a minute. I see the coastal line. I'm running directly to it. I said I was going to run west. Is the compass broken or something? This is west. What? Why am I seeing the coastal line? Have they broken the compass or something? I think it's broken for some reason. Well, we don't want to go, we don't want to follow the coast, we actually want to go inland, so let's pretend that we didn't have a compass for the moment. If the coast is directly ahead of me and is running that way and that way, that means that I am actually looking to the east, which means that I should be looking in this direction. Fuck the compass. I didn't know it was broken. Now, usually when you're running in the wilderness like this, you want to at least try to find a road or something that you can orient yourself with. But it's not that much of a big deal, because if you know roughly where you're going to end up in a village a small village or a big village, either way. Just make sure that you have enough food for making mistakes. And once you hit the village, you're gonna do what I mentioned earlier. You're gonna go and look for the sign, and you're gonna match the sign with the map, and from there you can take a new direction to where you want to go. It's a very efficient way to orient, and also I don't think, at least a lot of players that I've played with, they don't use that type of orientation, so you're mostly gonna end up taking routes that isn't riddled with players. Some players, especially when they're well geared and they're running in a squad or maybe 3 or 4 people with automatic guns and shit, they tend to become lazy, which means that they're most likely not going to orient this way. So you run less of a risk to run into them, actually, which is good. Let's see. Forest running simulator. Oh, come on. If you want to run faster uphill, you can actually run diagonally like this, and it's gonna keep you moving at full speed. Still can't hear anyone. Who am I gonna hear out here? I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm gonna run into Bear Grylls or something. Come on. Preferably, if you have the chance to avoid running uphill like I'm doing right now, you should. Like, you look around and see if there's a different path. This is draining. But since I'm out here in the forest, and I know that the next location I'm gonna get to is gonna have food and stuff like that, it might be a good idea to make room in my inventory. Let's see, the hacksaw is worn. You can actually open up cans and stuff with your hacksaw. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's probably not the best location I've ever had lunch, but it will do. Let's see what we got. This is a hungry fellow, isn't he? I think I've eaten like 8 or 9 cans so far. See if I can get my thirst to... the thirst became green before the food bar. Okay. I was hoping it was gonna eat the beans and not drink them. This one is bugged. What state do I just want to keep the hacksaw good enough for sawing off one more weapon. As I mentioned before, you can saw off the Mosin, but if you do, you cannot put a scope on it, so I'm gonna try and keep away from doing that until I find a better weapon. Okay, I'm stuffed. That means you don't eat anymore, or you can throw up, and yeah, everything is light green. I'm good to go. I'm not gonna run with the Mosin in my hand, try and look dangerous anymore, because, well, I can't shoot with it. At least I can shoot with this one. Okay, what we have here? We have a road, got a construction building, which is probably the one I saw on the map earlier, and we have a few buildings. Okay, this might be the city I saw on the map to the west. Let's try and move a bit closer and see if we can find anything. Unfortunately, I haven't found any binoculars or anything, so I can scout ahead. But it doesn't hurt anyway to try and see if there's something of interest. There's a building over there that I can see. I'm gonna try and point at it so you can see it as well. That one usually has interesting stuff. It's got weapons, it's got ammo. Sometimes you can even find scopes. So that is gonna be my best bet for now. Other than that, I can't see any super interesting buildings like police station and stuff like that. I'm gonna try and get there as safely as possible, because it might be another player that's had the same idea, that has moved from Berezino, and he might as well have gotten here at the same time. So I don't have much of a choice. I'm gonna have to run in the open like this.